President Trump says he's open to Dreamers having a path to citizenship, but that deal must include a $25 billion wall.
Congressman Glenn Grothman joins us to talk about this deal. Let me just clear up something I said a little bit earlier in the show, is that Speaker Ryan's people are saying that they appreciate the president showing leadership on this issue, and they hope it will ultimately reach a balanced solution. Do you think, Representative Grothman, this is a good deal?
I don't care for it right out of the chute. I think he's adding so many people into this program and working towards citizenship. And quite frankly, we don't know these people are necessarily going to be good citizens. I mean, I'm sure there's some people who were brought here illegally who are very good people, but there are other people who you might not want to have here. You've got to remember, you're giving preference to them over other people who are trying to come here legally from other countries. I don't think that's right. It's a big increase in the number of numbers that we were anticipating. You have people who have not registered yet, which is another problem, and could open up a situation in which the courts could be allowing people to come here legally or become citizens legally for many years in the future.
But we're billing it as DACA and DREAMer recipients, and those Dreamers do not have felonies. They do not have misdemeanors. These are people who were brought over as children, and some who've served our country and wanting citizenship. I'm just nervous in getting it confused with other people who may be coming and, yes, may not have goodwill for the country.
Well, but the key word you're saying is some. And some may be good, but when you begin a blanket thing, you're also getting people who maybe wouldn't be that good. I mean, we sometimes deal with these people in the U.S. Capitol. Some of them don't seem to me the type of people who I feel would be a big asset to this country. And I think this is the type of thing that should go on a case-by-case basis. You know, you can always look at the wonderful person, the person operating their own business or that sort of thing, and say, yeah, they'd be a great American.
An asset.
But to say everybody across the board, you have some people maybe be here for years, they don't even speak English yet.
I believe that there should be qualifications, but what I'm trying to understand, though, is that in the beginning, when there was Ellis Island and we were allowing any and everyone to come through, there were not these restrictions that we're now putting on people. Do we really want to say that every person who's trying to get in is trying to do something wrong, or should have these strict parameters to have the opportunity to what we all share here in America?
Strict parameters, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, we could have unlimited number of people come in this country right away if we wanted. And some people say it's cruel not to let more and more people in. But, you know, we already have over 300 million people in this country. There are 196 countries around the world. Not everybody who says, I'd like to go to America, should have a chance to come in the country. I think that should be self-evident. We already have, I think, a little shy of 800,000 people sworn in as citizens every year. That's a pretty big amount already.
But what about the Dreamers? The Dreamers came here with the hope that they could stay here, knowing they came with their parents. And so do you see within the time frame that you can get a deal that won't shut down the government?
Oh, I don't think we're going to get a deal by February 8th.
Oh.
First of all, they haven't even talked to the House collectively yet. We were supposed to work off a deal that some of my colleagues put together, have working groups next week, and build towards our own plan for 218 votes. I don't see how, at this point, unless you're going to cut a deal with a huge number of Democrats, how Paul will be able to get 218 votes together that quickly. And by the way, I don't think February 8th should be a hard deadline. You got to remember, some of these people have been in the country for 25 years and things have been okay. So to say all of a sudden we have to get things done by February 8th, we can't wait to March, we can't wait to April, is, I think, ridiculous.
But we've been waiting and waiting on immigration reform, and Mitch McConnell also said that this was something that would be brought up on the floor.
I think February 8th is ridiculous. I mean, the idea that we have had people waiting for years and years and years, and all of a sudden you have this artificial deadline. I do not think the government should be shut down over this, because it has nothing to do with government spending.
So let me ask you about that. We got about a minute left here. The Senate and the Congress set to hear from the president on Tuesday. What do you think will get done in 2018? Is infrastructure a possibility?
Oh, I think infrastructure is a possibility only because I haven't seen this Congress display any reticence at all when it comes to spending, which would be the major objection there. I think the big thing they should be focusing on is welfare reform, and the question is whether Paul and the House, as well as Donald Trump, can push the Senate into doing something there.
You think the ball is in the Senate court? That they won't get it?
Absolutely, the ball is in the Senate's court. The thing is, the degree to which Paul and Donald Trump can put pressure on the Senate to do something on welfare reform. I know they want to do it, but Mitch McConnell appears afraid to do anything controversial.
Are you willing to work and get something done?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Sounds
All right.
good.
Congressman Grothman, thank you very much.